Have you ever wondered how the strongest man in the Bible lost everything because he trusted the wrong person? This is the unforgettable story of Samson and Delilah, a tale of supernatural strength, dangerous love, betrayal, and God's mercy in the darkest hour. Stay until the end to discover how Samson's final prayer changed history forever. Long ago, the people of Israel turned away from God once again. Because of their disobedience, the Lord allowed the Philistines to rule over them for 40 years. Fear filled the land. Israel had no freedom and no powerful leader to rescue them. But God had already prepared a deliverer. In the tribe of Dan lived a man named Manoah and his wife. They had no children and had suffered many years of disappointment. One day, the angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife and delivered astonishing news. "You will give birth to a son. No razor shall touch his head, for he will be dedicated to God from birth. He will begin to deliver Israel from the Philistines." Exactly as God promised, a son was born. They named him Samson. As he grew, God's Spirit began to rest upon him. Samson was unlike any other man. He possessed extraordinary strength that came from the Lord. As Samson became a man, he traveled to Timnah and saw a Philistine woman. He returned home and said to his parents, "Get her for me. She is the one I want." His parents objected, asking why he would choose someone from among Israel's enemies. But God would use these events to begin confronting the Philistines. While traveling to Timnah, a young lion suddenly attacked Samson. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. With his bare hands, Samson tore the lion apart as easily as one might tear a young goat. He told no one what had happened. Later, Samson passed by the lion's carcass and discovered bees had built a hive inside it. He gathered honey and shared it with his parents without telling them where it came from. From this strange event came a riddle that would create conflict with the Philistines. At his wedding feast, Samson challenged 30 Philistine men with a riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. Unable to solve it, the Philistines pressured Samson's bride until she convinced him to reveal the answer. The secret was betrayed. Furious at the betrayal, Samson struck down 30 Philistine men and paid his wager with their garments. Conflict between Samson and the Philistines continued to grow. When Samson discovered that his wife had been given to another man, he captured 300 foxes. He tied torches between their tails and released them into the Philistine fields. The harvests burned, vineyards were destroyed, and the Philistines were enraged. The Philistines gathered to capture Samson. Bound with ropes by his own countrymen, Samson was handed over. But the Spirit of the Lord came upon him again. The rope snapped, and using the jawbone of a donkey, Samson defeated 1,000 Philistine warriors. For 20 years, Samson served as judge over Israel. Yet despite God's blessings, Samson repeatedly ignored wisdom and pursued dangerous relationships. One decision would change everything. In the valley of Sorek, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah. The Philistine rulers approached her secretly. They offered her a fortune if she could discover the source of Samson's strength. Delilah agreed. Delilah asked Samson, "Tell me the secret of your great strength." Samson teased her with a false answer. When enemies appeared, he easily broke free. But Delilah persisted. Again and again, Delilah asked. Again and again, Samson lied. Yet every day she pressured him. Her constant pleading wore him down. Finally, exhausted and careless, Samson revealed the truth. "No razor has ever touched my head. I have been dedicated to God from birth. If my hair is cut, my strength will leave me." Delilah knew she had finally succeeded. As Samson slept, Delilah called for a man to shave off his 7 locks. When Samson awoke, he believed he could escape as before. But he did not realize that the Lord had departed from him. The Philistines seized him. The Philistines gouged out Samson's eyes and took him to Gaza. There he was forced to grind grain like a slave. The mighty warrior had become a prisoner. Yet quietly, his hair began to grow again. Thousands gathered in the temple of Dagon. They praised their false god and mocked Samson. They brought him out to entertain the crowd. But they did not know that Samson had returned to God. Standing between the pillars, Samson prayed, "Sovereign Lord, remember me. Strengthen me one more time." God heard his prayer. With all his remaining strength, Samson pushed against the pillars. The temple collapsed. More Philistines died that day than throughout Samson's life. Samson's family retrieved his body and buried him with honor. Though Samson made many mistakes, God still used him. His life reminds us that strength without obedience leads to destruction, but repentance opens the door to God's mercy. If this story encouraged you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Bible stories. Comment below. God's mercy never fails. And share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. Until next time, may God bless you and keep you.